And there's a guy we're going to be talking to here in a moment. His name is UFO Phil. So you think a guy named UFO Phil might be a bit unusual? Yes. He's an artist. He's a videographer. He plans to build a pyramid on top of Pikes Peak in Colorado. And he's also a singer and songwriter. Do you really want to hear UFO Phil sing? Okay, he's waiting for us. But first, let's listen to UFO Phil.
Well, I never knew I had Martians in my garden. And I never knew there were aliens on my roof. I got shadow people, and they're living in my basement. Got a funny feeling Bigfoot's gonna be here soon. I was so blind before, I was so unaware. But now I swear I'm seeing Sasquatch over there. I turned on my radio in the middle of
Folks, you may not realize it, but the song you just heard and what you're listening to is done by a guy named UFO Phil. And UFO Phil, you may have heard him if you're a fan of Coast to Coast Radio. You probably already know who we're talking about. If not, this made the news recently. There's a man who wants to build a pyramid on top of Pikes Peak. And that man is with us now. It is UFO Phil. How are you, UFO Phil?
Hi, I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on.
Now, when we hear those songs, you're doing everything. You're like the Lenny Kravitz of out there people. It's you playing the instruments and singing the harmonies and everything, right?
That's right. I'm basically like Lenny Kravitz, who's been abducted by aliens multiple times.
And you're a normal-sized guy. You sound like you're about 2'2", but I think you're significantly taller.
I'm a little bit bigger than that, for sure.
All right, so first of all, you're trying to build a pyramid on Pikes Peak, and of course the first reaction for people might be, yeah, whatever, but you're actually trying to get a grant to build a pyramid on Pikes Peak. You got to tell us why.
Okay, well, basically, Zach's on. He's the leader of the Good Aliens, and if you're not familiar, and this is a picture of him right here, and he has instructed me. Well, take my word for it, this is a very good likeness. It looks just like him. It's a sketch. He won't allow himself to be photographed. But he has come to me, and he has given me the plans, the schematics, the blueprints to build the pyramid, and they're based on the original schematic, the Pyramid of Giza, which was built, thousands of years ago.
So you say that this pyramid would be a landing port for these spaceships. Why can't they use the Giza one? It's already there.
Yeah, the Giza one is, first of all, it's very, very old, and there's been a lot of erosion, so it's not as stable. It would take a lot of repairs. They'd have to go in there with, like, that extreme home makeover team and fix that up to get it functioning again. But also, I think it's very important to start this project in the United States so that in the beginning we can provide, the pyramid is going to be a power station too, which I don't know if you know that, but we want to be able to provide power to the United States, and it'll be a little bit difficult over in the Middle East, and they already control the oil. We don't need them controlling the pyramids that are producing hydrogen energy.
Good point. If we can harness the power of the pyramids, we could be well on our way to being a dominant country once again. I'm with you on that. Okay, keep the Chinese away from the pyramids. I'm with you.
And, and then it's, in addition to generating the hydrogen fuel, it will also be a landing pad for the aliens. Now, they are prepared. Up to this point, they've been showing themselves to me, and when I say showing themselves, they have clothing on. I mean, that's not what I'm trying to say. They're not revealing themselves in that sense, but they reveal themselves to me as alien beings. And what they'd like to do is eventually show themselves to the entire planet, but they have no good place to land their ships, so they just hover up there, and some people see them sometimes, and they say, oh, I wonder what that was in the sky. It might have been a UFO. But what they'd like to do is land and begin communicating with us here, and they need the pyramid to do that.
Okay, UFOphil.com is the website, and I mean no disrespect, Phil, but someone like Stephen Hawking, who is slightly more credentialed scientifically than you, has actually said maybe there are things out there that are alien life forms, that maybe there is life on other planets. Credible scientists have talked about parallel universes and that sort of thing. But others still have said, why do we want to contact them? What if they just look at us like a fly in the ointment, or like we look at a roach and just go, oh, there you are, and crush us? Why do we want to contact these people?
Well, you do. You bring up a good point, because there are good aliens and bad aliens, and we need to be careful, because when we basically create the landing pads and we allow the good aliens to come here, which they're going to bring technology that we can use, but the bad aliens may also begin to attempt to land, and then they could bring war and devastation, and they really want to destroy the planet. So we definitely have to be careful.
How are we going to tell? How do you tell? How do you tell a good alien from a bad alien?
Can you keep a secret?
97% of the time I can. Yes.
Okay, well, 3% of the time I'm going to need to be a little bit careful what I say.
Okay, deal.
The good aliens are blue and the bad aliens are red, which is the most obvious way to tell them apart. Also, the way, they abduct me all the time. Both good and bad aliens take me. And the experience is quite different depending on which one of them is abducting me at that time.
Phil, how can we keep up with your projects and all your busy work here in between your being, taken away? What else is going on? Can we go to UFOphil.com and get something about the energy relay transmitters? Tell us about that.
Yeah, I'm really well connected on the web right now. I've got my website at UFOphil.com, and I post all my latest videos there. And I've been on the television news quite a bit lately because of my pyramid project, and so those videos go up on the homepage. And also, I'm on Twitter and I'm on Facebook, and all of those links to the social networking sites, those are all right there at UFOphil.com, so you can send me a friend request.
Okay, and please keep us updated, because apparently it says here, according to some of the news reports, the government is not returning your calls about your application for a permit to build a pyramid on Pikes Peak, but you'll let us know when that happens, right?
Yeah, I will, and of course, as I branch out, because this project is just the beginning of many, I'm running into a little bit of resistance everywhere. Like, they don't want me, once the pyramid's done, and I go to put a giant receiver device up on top of Mount Rushmore on George Washington's head, I'm already running into resistance, and that project is still a couple years out, so they're already trying to block that one.
Phil, where are you getting the financing for all this?
I have a lot of money that I made years ago. I inherited some different artifacts, which I have auctioned off on eBay, and inherited some money. But also, what I'm looking for is somebody to donate a bunch of limestone to get this pyramid built. I think it would really deplete my entire savings if I purchased the limestone myself.
Is there a time schedule for the completion of the pyramid?
Well, basically, I'm going to get started as soon as I find the limestone, and then just however long it takes to haul, over 2 million limestone bricks that weigh 2.5 tons each. However long that takes to get up there, I don't think there's any precedent other than the original Egyptian construction to really be able to have a firm timetable.
Yeah, that is true. The Egyptians got it done somehow. Of course, they may have used some slave labor for that. But, Phil, I do have a suggestion. And first of all, we love the music, so keep producing that. The Grammys, next year, maybe there's a Grammy Award or two in it for you. Justin Bieber might be jealous, might want some of those. And you can incorporate your strong fan base to help you get the limestone to build the pyramids. This can work.
That'd be great, because you know how Lady Gaga arrived in a giant egg?
You can do better than that.
I could arrive in a giant pyramid. That would be great, and I could have a bunch of people carry me in and then get my award.
And I'm telling you, there's a future between you and Lady Gaga, and I think you should work towards that. Phil, thank you so much, man. We appreciate it.
Okay, thanks. Have a great day.
UFOphil.com. Check it out. He's going to build a pyramid on top of Pikes Peak. It may just happen.